Hey, I'm Tom with Tom's Contracting, and I was hoping that now that I've driven my ass out here, I can spend an hour tap dancing in your living room telling you how amazing I am, only to have you blow me off and waste my time and go hire someone else. Does that sound good?
Sure, come on in.
So yeah, we're gonna do really good work. So listen, my people, they're trained to do a much better job than what you have here. So we're gonna do really awesome work for you because we're the best. We're in these associations and we've gone to the manufacturers training classes and we have good reviews too. We have good reviews and because we're professional. You know, we're gonna be on time and we're gonna cover and protect things we're gonna do a really good job. So you should hire us because we're better. All right, enough of that. Enough. God, did you know the average contractor, you spend about 4 hours of your life in this stupid estimating process? I mean, what does the typical process look like? They call and you jump. Oh yeah, I'll rush right out and drop everything and come meet with you because you have a pulse and you live in my service area. Okay? And then you get out there and you beg and you tell them how amazing you are. And then the chase begins. They go into the witness protection program because once you gave them your price, now they're hiding from you. Isn't it time that you get off of that hamster wheel? Isn't it time that you start taking control of the sales process and not being everyone's little puppet? Well, if that's the case, if you're ready to do that, then pay attention to the next couple things that I'm about to say. All right, I want to make the case for you using your telephone in true phone pre-qualification for your contracting business. Most customers expect the contractor to answer the phone, show up, work up an estimate, and email it over, and then they're going to compare all the bids and all that other stuff. Now listen, there's nothing wrong with a client doing their homework, doing their due diligence when it comes to a large project where they're going to be spending chunks of money. But the problem is most contractors have their time wasted, they're not respected, only, to run around and just be tired and have nothing to show for it. So what I want to talk about today is how you can avoid this with true phone pre-qualification. And what that means is that you are going to take control from the very beginning of this process. And the key word is process, because every customer has their own process that they expect you to follow. Leave the bid in the mailbox or just swing by on a Sunday at 2 o'clock. Sure, you can miss your family brunch, okay? That's what they expect. They expect you to be their little puppet and conveniently meet all their needs, and that's bullshit. Because you're the expert. They called you. They had a problem to fix, or they have a problem to fix, or a dream to build, and they called you. So guess what? You're gonna put them on your process, not just living on theirs. Because if you have 100 leads come in and you don't have your own process, then now you're in 100 different processes trying to sell work. And that's not good. So the first thing you got to do is be committed to having a process. You must be committed. You got to also be committed to practicing your process. And the next thing is you got to be willing to be uncomfortable. Because progress comes from being truthful and then from doing things that stretch us and challenge us and take us outside of our comfort zone. So your sales process should be uncomfortable because that means you're moving in the right direction. Okay? And then as you're implementing this sales process, you are learning from it, you're adjusting it, you're making it your own. In our Contractor Sales Academy, we encourage contractors like you to use the telephone as the first line of defense from wasting your time and then being able to sell more work at higher prices. Earlier I talked about how you waste 4 hours of your life running around, chasing the wrong clients. What if you could cut that in half? What if you could cut it by a third? How much better off will you be? Because then you can spend your best time and best energy with the people that respect you and that are a better fit for you. All right, so there's some mindsets here in this phone pre-qualification process that we talk about. And I want to cover a few of these with you real quick here. All right, the first mindset, number one, for you to pre-qualify properly is that you have to sell like you don't need the work, like you're independently wealthy. I've always said that you should market like your next meal depends on it, but you should sell like you don't need the work. When you're desperate, they feed off of that. But when you have the mindset of like, I give a shit if I get this job or not, and it doesn't mean you're not professional, it doesn't mean that you're not respectful, but your core attitude isn't stemming from desperation. It's stemming from the fact that I'm the pro, they need what I got, and I'm not a good fit for everybody, and that's okay. And when you have that posture in your mindset, you're going to be golden. The next mindset that's huge that will lead to success for you in this pre-qualification process is that it's not your job to find the money for them to pay for the job, okay? It's your job to see if you're a good fit to solve their problem. That's the roles. Your role, are we a good fit? That's what we use the telephone for. And you talk about pain and pleasure. You're going to talk about money. You're going to talk about, hey, if I get out there and see a game changer that's going to prevent me from doing the job at the price we talked about on the phone, I'm going to call it timeout. Hey, by the way, what's your spouse think of this? Okay? When you have this process down and understand that your role is just to have an open and honest conversation with them, then it becomes really cool because it's all in their court now. It's their decision to find the money. It's not your decision. How many times have you been up at 11 o'clock at night and you're about to send a bid via email because you were too chicken shit to talk about money on the phone or in person with the client? I've been there. And then you go, gosh, you know, it's $12,400. I'd really like to get it under $12,000. So then you adjust your price to $11,998 or some shit like that, right? You just negotiated against yourself. I mean, how stupid is that? And we do it all the time because we take on the pressure of finding their money. But here's the deal. People will find the money for the things that they think are important, that they see value in. And so when you can have an open and honest conversation with somebody, show them the value, they'll find the money. And what I've found in the home improvement industry is people don't want to play a lot of games. And they're actually willing to spend some more money if you can prove the value to them. And there's a lot of ways that you do that. Having a great website and great trucks and reviews and all those things, tons of content that's helpful, that sets you up as the expert like we've talked about in other videos. But one other thing that's going to help give them the confidence that you're the expert and that you're adding value is having this open and honest conversation before you ever lift a finger to go out and meet with them. When you do that, you're going to elevate yourself above the competition every time. All right, the next mindset is that you don't need all the jobs. You just need the right jobs. And when you adopt that mindset along with the others that we've talked about, a cool thing happens. You're actually going to do less work for the same or more profit because you understand that not every job, not every client is a good fit for me. And when you have that sales mindset on the telephone pre-qualification, you're setting yourself up for a win down the road. All right, and the last mindset I want to talk about here quickly today is the mindset is you truly believing that this is good for the client. When you have an honest-to-God conversation with somebody about what's important to them, how much it could cost, here's the range, and things like that in this sales process, they're going to respect you because you're respecting them. You're respecting their time. They don't want to meet with one more contractor that's not a good fit for them if they don't have to, any more than you want to drive your tail out there and do the tap dance in front of the wrong people. Okay, so this is good for them. They're going to respect your honesty. They're going to feel respected. And in turn, this experience that they have with you in the sales process that all starts on the telephone is going to separate you out from the pack. It's unique. It's different because honestly, most guys are too chicken shit to have a conversation on the phone with people. So listen, when you embrace a phone pre-qualification process like that we teach in the Contractor Sales Academy, two cool things are going to happen. The first is you're going to spend less time selling to the wrong clients, chasing the wrong clients, and you're going to have more time in front of the right people. Okay, and the second thing, number two thing that you're going to get out of this is you're going to sell at higher prices because they respect you and see the value in what you bring. And you will be able to learn how to bracket different levels of service and let them choose. The ball is going to be totally in their court. Hey, we could do this and this and this and this on the higher end for X amount of money, or we could do this, blah, blah, blah. Which direction do you think we should go? They will then tell you how much money they want to spend. Hey, if you're ready to fast track the success of your contracting business, then head to the contractorsalesacademy.com. Go to contractorsalesacademy.com and learn how to get back your time, make a lot more money, and enjoy your business again. All right? This isn't just for you as the owner either. When you join the Contractor Sales Academy, you're able to bring in up to 3 team members with you so that they can be exposed to the thinking and the strategies and the tactics that top performers are implementing all around the world right now. Go to the contractorsalesacademy.com and we'll see you there in the Contractor Fight.